I first started coming to North Florida, I went to Mobile first to dive out of there, and I didn't like it. So I had a truck, had a compressor on it, and I went over to Destin. And he used to go out of Destin Harbor there, and old Captain O.T. Melvin. I bet he's gone now. Probably got sons and grandsons. And I liked that. And then I came over to Panama City, and that's where I met Tom Fruitacre. And he said, you go down, you want them divers, go down them tanks. And I said, yeah. He said, you ever been down on that old wreck offshore called the Tarpon? I said, I never have. He said, when you think you could get me some boys to go and wouldn't hurt themselves, and let's go down and look at that thing. I said, next weekend. Of course, that was 53, 54, 5. Probably 1959 or 60 or 61. And then my business began to grow up in Birmingham, and I began to see the potential of stop having to rent Baywood Court every July the 4th and Memorial Day, and I rented the whole damn, just about the whole damn court. I began to look for real estate, and I came up on this house right here, and I bought it. Damn, it'd be hard to say, but I probably bought it in the 60s. And then this room we're in right now slept 12 guys in Army military bunks. This very room we're in right now was full of guys in bunks, military bunks, and they slept in here. And I rousted everybody at early because the boat was across the street, and I like to get them on board, start getting them on board around 7 o'clock, and we'd have sweet rolls, and they'd run to somewhere to get something to eat, or they could bring sandwiches. Had one ice box, and I wanted everybody on board by 7:30, and we cast off somewhere around 7:30, 8 o'clock. And then we come back. We pump tanks outside on the street. There was no fence around it. Big compressor. Are we on live?
Yes.
Oh, all right. And we had a big compressor now. It had one of these Wisconsin 4-cylinder engines, and you had to crank it. And it took 7 minutes to fill a tank. So you can imagine how long we pumped into the night to fill 30 or 40 tanks. And we went to bed that night, and I worked all my trips to where they could get in on Sunday at a reasonable time. And they packed up their clothes and they headed out. You'll be surprised in an operation like this how many towels and toothbrushes and combs that you end up with. I could have set up on the street out there and sold towels for them kids would forget everything they had. But to this day, I get phone calls from all these boys, and they just want to come by and see me, and could they just come in the house? They just want to reminisce over those old days when they actually slept in an Army bunk with 8 or 9 guys in the same damn room, and us harassing them, getting them up early, and tricks, all kind of, just like a military camp. Just all type of night tricks were pulled, and a lot of fun. But it changed, and my wife was an officer with South Trust Bank for 42 years, and I'd run that dive store about the same time, and we both were ready to throw in the towel, and 4 nice businessmen, including my nephew, bought me out in Birmingham, Alabama. And we came down here, and I wrestled these bunk beds out of here, and we got normal things in like telephone and heat, and we fixed it up, and it's pretty comfortable now. And this is my sanctuary where I hang out. I think a man needs in his life to hang on to some of his past, and it seems that everybody I bring in here, it captures their mind, particularly Hal, it's captured yours, I believe, and they're all look around, and I start talking, and my wife will say, see what he's saying? I haven't heard that story. I mean, he's got to get this on tape. He's got to talk about these things. And I want someday to shoot him telling the story about all these days of early diving and how it got started, because it's all in this room. and he could take you in this room from Panama City to Honduras or anywhere you want to go, because something in this room is going to ring his mind and make him identify with that part.